most people in marriages, including everybody that's married, Trigger Mike, anybody, can't no married person ever come on here and tell me that another woman or a man didn't turn them on.
Oh God! All right, so
can't nobody.
To that point, let me get this out because I'm gonna summate. I'm gonna bring this all together for you.
That's your neighbor to get turned on.
JP, you have heard me say on numerous occasions that you're not wrong. Everything you're talking about is what we call temptation. We all understand temptation very well in reference to biology. But man, in every single good book, because everybody doesn't even read the Bible, follow the Quran, whatever, what have you. Not everybody does. So even the divine, we made something more, what is it called, human, that still follows this doctrine. We created civilization to tame down our temptation. Even man did that without the men who didn't even believe in the Bible. I want to tell you why. All these habits that you say people should have and give in to their temptation leads to suffering. Children suffering. Now, let me tell you why civilization was created and why people put together the order of family in which we see it work or supposed to work today. When there is civilization, children prosper. When you give in to your temptation, children suffer. Period. They put together civilization because after you done humping on every woman, who's going to take care of the kids? Did we ever think about that?
I just want to ask you.
Wait a minute. What's going on now?
Can I have a stat real quick and then after whatever?
I just want to ask one simple question to Trigger Mike. If we supposed to just have a few kids, one woman, well, how come God gave us men 3 million sperm every time we ejaculate? That's one. Two, how come we can still have babies? Let's say if I'm married to...
Don't try that many times to get it right.
Let's say I'm married to Shan, right?
Why don't you eat a bunch of food?
I'm married to Shan. She stopped having babies, geriatric pregnancy at 40. So she stopped having babies, but I'm still able to have babies to the day I die. Did that come from God or did it come from somebody ideologies? That concept that y'all talking about.
Let me just get mine.
God gave me this opportunity.
Y'all go ahead. Let me just say this to him real quick.
Oh, Trigger Mike.
God gave you 3 million sperm for the alphas to use. The man who can take care of that many kids can have that many.
I think now I know I'm finna shut my mouth after this. See, that's the problem. That's the problem because it's men. The problem is not the men having babies. It's men trying to put themselves more on pedestal than other men. No, God made me and you equal. I don't care how much money in your bank account, Trigger Mike. God made my sperm. I can produce 3 million sperms just as well as you can. So that means you ain't no better than me. So if I'm able to have 3 million kids.
There is one caveat. We can produce the same children. Not saying anything about your children. I know you're an excellent father. But to the men out there, will those children be of the same quality? Coming from the same family? To be the same product and productivity in society? Not your children. Not your children. But
finances don't make equality. You know what's quality to me? When my dad was on his death, when my dad was super poor.
I'm not talking.
He was on his deathbed. He was on his deathbed.
I'm not talking about finances. I'm not talking about finances.
Right. So if we ain't talking about finances, what's quality to me is a family. My dad created 14 kids of his own.
Wait, but what's family? Define that real quick.
Family, like if I have a bunch of kids by you. Those are my family. And when they have kids, those kids made me a grandparent. It continues
like
on
biology, I guess.
Yeah, so if I were to concentrate on more finances, if I concentrate on more finances, if I'm on my deathbed, I don't got no children, probably like 1 or 2 children, and they probably got 1 grandkid, okay. But I got a bank account, they say I got trillions of dollars. I'm finna be dead. I don't give a damn about where that money go. But like when my dad was on his deathbed, he didn't have no money, but he had a large family. The love and the support that he had, he died with love in his heart because he got 14 kids, hundreds of grandkids. He passed down a legacy, and y'all consume legacy. Got to be finances and resources. To me, my legacy is my children, my grandbabies.
So let us go. Then I think Coach K has something. I had something to say. Let's go in order. Please don't go out of time.
You can skip me.
So just like one quick point for the things I wanted to get into. So I've stated on this show and other shows, for me, legacy is both finances and instilled values and morals. So it's not just finances. So there are women out there that believe that you have to have both to have legacy. It's not just inheritance and qualities. But just like quick on science. So a couple things, because I hear these talking points in the manosphere all the time. The fact that you produce 3 million sperm is because the vagina is actually equipped to get rid of sperm that is not qualified to, that is not considered viable to fertilize the egg. That's actually why. And if you take a look at a woman's biology, there are all of these systems put into place before it even gets to the egg, and a filtration system. Google it. I see Trigger Mike's photo, his face. It's Googleable. It is in every medical textbook. It exists.
No, I'm amazed. The cum dumpster has an incinerator? That's crazy.
It's like natural selection, really.
Ain't no man tell me what God say.
And then, but God,
balance in the
Please let Nas finish her statement.
So
Go ahead.
God built the vagina that way to filter it out. And the second thing is, like, I hear so often men say, well, I produce sperm until the day I die. I don't know if you've ever gotten quality of sperm tested, but as you get older, you also create so many issues when it comes to what the quality of life is going to look like for that child. When it comes to diseases, when it comes to like recessive genes in terms of health and risk factors, that significantly deteriorates the quality of child that you are producing as you grow older in age. And then if you factor in the fact that you are not actually taking care of yourself, if you're not eating healthy, if you're not staying active, if all of that stuff is not happening, that then further diminishes. So if we're going to talk about science, right, and talk about what male reproductive systems look like, let's talk about science in total. Like, men are not just like this infinite, forever producing perfect children from the day that they hit puberty until the day that they pass on. It's genetically impossible.
I think that's false because my sister got 2 babies by her old
Fact check.
I also know men that's young is producing unhealthy babies.
This is not Fight Club, guys.
Baby.
You
We're not Fight Club, and y'all know we're not even Fight Club. Come on, don't do that.
No, I ain't trying to. But I do
Are you
know
kidding me?
young people producing unhealthy babies.
Listen, I see what she's saying, because as an educator, when you got that kid who's not that, I'm not going to say it right, usually the parents are a little older.
Not always.
Like, a lot of times. So the thing about it is, I think that when we think we have children, it's like all children are, but people know when they look into their household, if their kid is, the thing about education is we don't put it on Front Street like your kid can't read or your kid can't, so there is a trend where those kids are slower learners than maybe the other kids.
I disagree with that because it's young people that can have kids can produce slow children.
Oh, for sure. But
and like with my nieces and nephews, I got 2 nieces and nephews, daddy in their 60s, and they far from slow. I bet you by the time they get your age, they be way more brighter.
So
that type of stuff that these people comes up with is
JP,
not
you're
true.
doing what the women do. But I got a cousin that you like. Come on,
no, but
listen, JP. If I told you that you have a greater chance of having your child be a, I guess, on-pace learner or whatever, and if you follow XYZ, your child has a 90% chance they will be good learner, what would you do?
I would go off what God tell me, and that's my problem is man always trying to tell us
You said God doesn't know.
No, what I'm saying is y'all want me to believe what some man that y'all do not even know. Y'all never even research the people who put this stuff in books. Y'all didn't even investigate the source that y'all reciting this stuff from. Y'all don't even know they were drunks. Y'all don't even know that if they were liars. All y'all know they wrote something in a book and you indoctrinated everything and made it your belief. And now you trying to push it like it's a fact.
Well,
from what I have experienced, I see a lot of young people producing kids that were slow. A lots of them. What about the women and men that can't even have kids?
But JP, can you just listen really quick? Even if let's just take science out of it, right? Since you don't believe in science or the Bible or anything, right?
Well, I believe in science. I'm weary who it come from.
If we just look at nature in general, the older something gets, right? The older something gets, it gets closer to death, right? It decays. It loses its quality, right? Just in general, right? So if we look at that process, then we're nature, we're humans, we age, we get older, then why wouldn't it make sense to think that even your sperm, if a woman's egg decrease in value, her eggs get worse, then why wouldn't you not think that as you get older, your sperm also decrease in quality, vitality, and everything?
Because because that's not a fact. And what I'm saying is older.
Everything ages except for sperm.
Right. That's why just
because if God didn't, what I'm seeing is people trying to contradict God. Like y'all trying to put your own twist on something and how God created something.
Let me say this, because we know of older women who also have kids, and we're not saying they should even be doing that as well. But let me just say this: if you want to put God, I do believe that most bad deeds come with a consequence. Okay, and so when you're talking about having sex with people, now you're talking about, well, how do you get STDs? How do you get STIs? That comes with having multiple sex partners, right? Women go to the gynecologist every year to see what's going on with that vajayjay. Why? Because if she's had multiple sex partners, her chances increase of having cervical cancer, uterine cancer, and all these other types of cancers of the reproductive system. So yes, it may not look like God stopping you, like, no, you can't do that. But there are other things that are put into place to say, you probably shouldn't do that. It's not meant for that.
Would you agree that STDs and stuff was man-made, and also condom have a birth date? What was we doing before condoms and
can we put this back on track, Shannon?
Was man-made. So man-made diseases.
Because one thing a woman can tell you, because you don't have a vagina, but I'm gonna tell you this one thing that women can tell. A woman can tell by her pH balance, by the way her vagina, if you have stuck it in another woman. Y'all think women's vaginas agree with each other. It's like territorial, It's like, wait a minute. I'm serious. And women, am I lying?
No, I'm saying
it's because biological. They periods start to sync up, and if they having sex with the same man, they might not have a pH balance they get off. I'm just saying.
But I can't take this no more. JP, what are you talking about, bro?